hope your day is full of ciabatta and focaccia and sourdough and bagels. Gotta have bagels. It's a classic bread option. Garlic toast. What other types of breads? Breadsticks. Garlic nuts. What's up? It's a bready intro. Guys, we have an amazing episode of Shank for you this week with Steph Simbari. But before we get into this week's episode with Steph, I just want to tell you about something I'm excited about, and that's Oh Yeah socks. Oh yeah. Look down at your feet right now. Are you wearing socks? If you're not wearing socks, ask yourself why. Socks are an important barrier. No one wakes up and says, you know what I had less of? I wish I had less socks. Nobody ever says that. Go to ohyeah.com. That's 3 O's HYEAH.com. Enter discount code Sara10 for 10% off unique sock designs. They have every type of sock you could ever want, whether you're into Mr. Rogers or Bob Ross or aliens or vegetables. There's a pair of socks for you. Okay? Let's get into this week's episode of Shank with Steph Simbari. Also, I will be in New York next week. I will be doing This Bitch Live on October 4th at The Stand. I'm opening for Joey Diaz October 8th, and I have a list of stand-up dates on my Instagram at Princess Shank. Also, make sure to subscribe to my Patreon. New episodes. If you subscribe to the Patreon, you get bonus footage, and you get behind-the-scenes footage, and you get This Bitch podcast a week early. All right, let's get into this week's episode of Shank with the one and the only Stephanie Simbari. Here it is, guys. Beautiful.
Oh shit. Oh man, I wish I really tried.
Try again.
No.
It's okay. There's no video on that, so.
Right. So
we'll start it from here, sweetie.
Perfect.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Shank. I'm Sara Weinshenk, and today we have a return guest.
Wow. Back by popular demand.
The people have been asking about you. They want you to grace us with your wisdom and wit.
Wow. You know, those are my top two categories.
Wisdom and wit?
Yeah, that's what I aim for.
Wisdom and wit.
Yeah, that's my intentions when I speak.
Yeah, someone said you were dropping, I don't know how they worded it. You saw truths or something.
They said I had some gems.
Yeah, you had some gems.
Thank you so much.
You stay having gems.
Thank you so much.
I
love podcasting. It's so fun. It's really silly. You guys, you don't really know what it takes to just perform from the floor.
Yeah.
It's
something I know well.
You're so hungover. You guys, Sarah got really drunk like two days ago.
Two nights in a row. And I don't really drink.
Yeah, she doesn't drink at all. And you drank like hard alcohol, multiple cocktails. How are you feeling?
I'm good on alcohol.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd rather stick with weed, sweetie.
Yeah.
It doesn't betray me in the same fucked up way.
It never betrays you.
But also, I was sweating out of my face yesterday when I saw you. Have you ever seen a bitch sweat so much?
No.
It was alarming.
I still feel like you're kind of sweating.
Do you think it's from the heat or from the alcohol from 2 nights in a row?
I think it's from the alcohol.
Really?
And not detoxing yet. Like when you drink that much, you have to do like a serious sweat, like a heavy workout or like a sweat bag or like any type of sauna like the day after. Otherwise, it's going to take your body a few days to get rid of it because we're older.
Listen, and this is why I prefer not to drink.
Drinking is toxic.
Yeah.
I mean, I love to drink wine and like mezcal, but like I have to be so careful with hard alcohol.
It'll take you.
It like I could be taken down for a week.
From alcohol?
If I overdrink hard alcohol.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's life after 30,
like
sweetie.
I need like a vitamin drip and like real hardcore doctor related wellness to
I
get out of it.
I needed like a moist towel yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday you just needed a napkin.
A napkin. Like it was bad. And you guys brought me to the beach like I was like a terminally ill person. You're like, let's take you to the sand so you can touch the water. Maybe that'll help you.
No, it's actually true science.
But it did.
Jumping in the ocean like resets your whole system.
I felt like I was a Make-A-Wish kid. It was like my last wish was to go to the ocean.
Yesterday was all about it takes a village. We were getting you, de-hungover. We were helping Haley take care of her baby.
Which was so cute and fun.
Oh my God.
Because some days I'm like, do I even want to have a kid?
Yeah.
That's the vibe I'm in now.
Yeah.
Because we talked about this last week about how you have an idea of how your life's going to be. And then when I hung out with Haley's baby yesterday, I was like, maybe I do want one.
Right.
Because her baby's so cute.
So cute. It's such a relief when your friends' babies are actually cute. And
you don't have to lie.
I mean, all babies are beautiful, obviously.
Is that true? Well, if we're being honest.
Look, some are cuter than others. But that doesn't mean you can't grow up to be cute if you're not a cute baby.
There's some wonky babies I've seen.
And then they end up being attractive people.
People don't like it when you say that there's some wonky babies. It doesn't, the masses don't like that behavior.
No, we didn't mean it. We were just JK.
JK, all babies are beautiful.
No, I mean, they are. They're, miraculous and they deserve to be loved, but that we don't have to lie and say they're all the same level of cute.
No.
I mean, we have eyes.
Yeah.
But sometimes Wonky is really cute. Like a one-eyed dog. So cute.
Are you a wonky baby? I don't imagine describing someone's baby as being wonky.
Like your friend brings the baby over and you're like, and she's like, this is little May.
And you go, she's so wonky. I would be insulted. If
you go, oh, she's a little wonky.
To say that to somebody would be, if somebody called my baby wonky.
You go, this is little May. Why is her name Little May?
I don't know. You said it again with such enthusiasm that I pictured Little May.
This is Little May. And then you're like, oh my God. She's wonky.
Yeah, she's wonky.
How do you say it? You don't, obviously.
You can't tell someone that their baby's wonky.
She's so cute.
She's so wonderful.
That's the classic Friends sitcom joke that I feel doesn't work anymore, where they just always change a very obvious word into a new word.
Yes.
I love that.
Oh my God.
Every time you watch it, you're like, that would never work.
But if you had a wonky looking baby, would you would never, I don't think you would think your own baby was wonky.
No, I think you would see that it was
beautiful.
I mean,
through its wonky.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, because it is cuteness can be subjective. Like I was saying about the one-eyed dogs.
Some people are into
cuteness or interesting or whatever. Energy is also a thing, not just
right.
The face structure. Sometimes
the
babies
wonky.
come in with really big features on one, and then the other one's really small, and they're still growing into their features.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a smushed.
It's also weird how the babies change so fast.
Well,
it's
yeah.
From a stoner perspective, you're just chilling. Next thing you know, it's a 2-year-old. You're like, what?
Totally.
But I feel the same.
And you haven't seen Haley in a couple months, and you were like, oh my God, she's so big. And I'm like, she's
the baby's
a little
so
nugget,
big.
because I never met her.
Yeah.
They do grow fast.
I mean,
and that's the truth of time.
And that's the truth of time. And that's what's fucked up. Because you realize how much time is going by when you see a kid grow.
I think when we get older, what happens is we don't see time as much. We age slower than a baby, but time actually moves by faster.
Well, yeah, because also a car alarm. Okay, also there is, when you're in school and stuff, everyone hits certain milestones at the same time. Mm-hmm. So you're like, oh yeah, everyone's the same age.
Right.
You have this limited view of the world because you've just been surrounded with people your same age. Mm-hmm. So anyone older than that seems so old, mm-hmm. and anyone younger than that seems so young. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's weird when you're in the world and there are no benchmark moments like that. Your life is, if you're a kid, it's you're going to go to school.
Yeah.
And that's your life.
Yeah.
And there's no and ifs or buts about it, sweetie. You need to get an education. right?
This is a preview of Sarah as a
mom.
mom.
Yes, I packed your lunch.
Yeah. No, it's true. And then that's how I feel about like leaving LA, being here for 15 years and leaving for 6 months and then coming back. Like how I feel is like 15 years went by and I never stopped to like notice any benchmarks really. Like I did like loosely, you know, like the first time that like I got booked on a comedy show and then like the first time that like I booked an audition or that I like,
right,
you know, was on TV or because it was like all career stuff.
Right.
You know, whatever. The first time someone like tried to put their dick in my butt, you know, like I remember those things.
Right.
But like what you're saying is so true. Like that's why just time becomes this like one weird thing because you're not. And that also I think affects your self-esteem too. Like you need to stop and celebrate. Like when you graduate from school, it's like I hit a milestone, like
right.
It gives you this energy and propels you into like the next thing to like be excited about the next thing. But like when you're an adult, like if everything's just one thing, because for me, like I didn't know what the milestones were because I was just like making it up as I went along. But now I realize like going on stage for the first time and doing well is like a crazy, amazing milestone. Because it's the thing that makes you choose that again and again and again.
Right. But it's interesting because from my perspective, I'm never thinking about that. I'm just always thinking about the next set.
That's what I'm saying.
Instead of living in the moment.
Yep.
I'm thinking, okay, that went well. Let's see how tomorrow goes.
Yep.
And there is and like one of the beautiful things about doing stand-up is that you get the instant response from the audience in real time, unlike many other things in entertainment.
The beauty and the curse.
Right.
Because if it doesn't go well,
it sucks.
Then you get sent.
Yeah.
I mean,
so. Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, exactly.
But it's so true, like, because we've just, it almost is like what we were talking about last week with like, were we talking about this on the air? Or
I don't know.
About like, how everything is just like we get like siphoned into like the capitalistic direction and model of doing things, and like you yourself just like easily and probably a lot of people have just attached to that like rhythm and pace where
right.
And like nothing is ever good enough because you have to create more, consume more, you have to keep going. You're not
yeah, no, that makes sense.
So it's like your art just becomes that too, or your pursuit of it, as innocent as it is, because you just want to get it and you want to get good and whatever. It's still, you're still getting like sucked into
the machine
when it's like it takes a conscious thought to be like, wait, let's stop for a second and like, look at this, you're on TV, look at this, like this is why we celebrate engagements. You know, we do it like with like love.
But also, if you're engaged, don't invite me. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'll go.
I don't want to buy you a toaster oven. You know what I mean?
Right. You're not into the shower thing? It is kind of a weird concept.
It's a weird concept.
Like all my friends have to buy me all my shit for my adult life.
Yeah. And I'm like, can I have one even though I don't have a lover? I need a blender.
Let's throw Sarah I've been single, but I've been trying shower.
I've been out here, honey.
Yeah. And I'm out here shower.
And I'm out here, yeah.
And we all just like bring her things that we think she might need as an adult
who's been out here.
Oh.
Yeah. A panini maker. A snow cone maker. It's just like this weird fantastical list of supplies that I need. A panini maker and a snow cone maker. I have nothing I need.
Cotton candy machine.
I have no like strainer for my pasta, but I'm like, bring me a cotton candy machine, please.
Yeah, and your kitchen is also so small.
A popcorn machine.
We would all be outside. Your yard would just turn into a fucking carnival. That would be so fun. And then that would be how the shower would pop off.
The shower.
But first and foremost, you need a pasta strainer. You need some cups. You need more than one knife.
Fuck the cups. Get me a snow cone machine, sweetie.
Sarah's kitchen is so funny.
Oh my God. The piano in the kitchen?
Yeah.
haunting.
Do you ever talk about that in the show?
I've talked about how there's a keyboard in my kitchen.
No, not about how there's a keyboard in your kitchen, but the fact that you have a keyboard that you and I, like pretty much right before the pandemic started, we went to Sam Ash.
I charged it.
She opened a Sam Ash
which I've since paid off and is closed.
It's closed?
I closed the account. I said, I don't think I'm going to be dropping any more cash at Sam Ash.
Because why? Because your keyboard hobby never took off?
Well,
it was
life called.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
You and I had literally the most time on the fucking face of the earth to learn piano. We bought a piano right before a fucking global pandemic and then
never learned
it. Although I did learn one song.
Although I did download the Wonky app.
That's a good app. That helped me.
That did help me.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, I look at the keys, the ivories, and I say, maybe I will tickle you again.
But you never do. You should. It's fun. It's good for your brain.
No, I know.
I really like it. Do you know how to read music?
No.
That makes it harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the Wonky app is cool because you learn the keys and then they teach you like later on like the shortcuts for reading the music.
Well, for like a month, I thought I was in some type of psychosis where I thought I was going to be able to make an album, even though I didn't know how to play the keyboard at all. I was sure that if I bought an Elton John songbook and some sparkly glasses, that the music would literally just come to me. And that's just not how it works. If you have sparkly rhinestone glasses, you don't just become Elton John, unfortunately. If it looks like a duck and it walks like a duck, it might not be a duck.
Sarah is not Elton John.
Disclaimer.
Oh my god. It's so funny because I was going to call you out for that. Like, you were in full-blown Elton character. Like, you had the glasses on in the store.
I love a look. I love pushing a great look.
And we did try. I mean, there was a month or two where we would send each other little videos back and forth of our various piano learnings.
Yeah, we did it. Next.
No.
No.
I still want to play.
You do?
Yeah, I started playing when my mom was really sick. She had a piano in her house, and I would like just have to be there so long, like just days on end.
It feels like it's almost.
It's like I had to do it. It was like therapy.
Yeah, like forces you to be present.
Yeah.
Because you're so in the moment, you can't not be paying attention
I was paying such hardcore attention to I learned the entire bass clef of how to read music.
I don't necessarily know what that means, but that's sick.
It's like like when you play the piano, you play with two hands.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like different scales, different.
Oh yeah. Yes,
like
Floki taught me this.
Yeah. Yes.
It's all coming back to me.
Floki.
Yeah. Floki hit me up.
Yeah.
like yesterday.
Yeah. And yeah, so that is the problem. It just takes so much concentration to learn something new, I think.
But also, it's probably good the older we get to learn something new.
I remember when I was practicing with the Wonky like every day for 25 minutes in early 2020 before I had all the time in the world. It's like I could do it when I was like squeezing it in and like escaping, but then when I just had nothing but time, I was like, oh, the piano.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It is weird.
Anyways, I remember doing that for a while, and then I would like go out and socialize after, and I felt like I was more present like in socializing because I felt like my brain hemispheres were like more synced or something.
I could see
like,
that.
Having to think and like compute and like learn something, and they were like communicating. I felt like when I was talking to people, I was more intelligent.
That makes sense. That's like how I would feel if I completed a puzzle.
Yeah.
Which I would never do.
No.
I'm not a puzzle person. Did I tell you? Okay, so like
I'm not good at it.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, why do I want to recreate this photo of a sunset with cardboard?
Because then you can glue it and frame it and hang it in your house.
And then you take it back down. And you say, yeah, I put those 1,000 pieces together. What a time.
Well, there is like that is like kind of like a Eastern thought thing.
What do you mean?
Like to build something beautiful and then just like scrape it away is like a metaphor for life.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the mandala.
Well, that makes sense. But
Yeah.
also, like, okay, did I
Mandala?
tell you about this weed company?
What?
They said to me, hey, we got a gift bag for you. I'm racing home for this gift bag, sweetie. Mama wants her flower.
Oh my God.
I get home, it's a fucking puzzle. No weed.
What?
Not even one nug.
Weed company sent
A
you a
weed
puzzle with
company
no weed?
sent me a puzzle, no weed, not one nug.
That's outrageous.
And
That's
I've
insulting.
never been so disappointed.
That is disappointing.
And then I was like, what the fuck am I going to do with this? I gave it to my mom. Because the puzzle's not really my vibe.
Did she do it?
I don't think so.
Right.
Because
She's
it's like,
just like you. She's like, I don't want to fucking do a puzzle.
no, she'll sit down and do a crossword.
Yeah.
I don't have the crosswords.
I like a crossword. Crossword is fun.
Crossword puzzles.
That's good for your brain, and you have to think. It just, now we live in the like Google generation where it's like, if I got a crossword clue that I don't know within like 5 minutes, I'm just gonna look it up.
Do you think you could write poetry? But you didn't see that question coming.
Oh no, I didn't. Yeah, of course. Why?
I don't know. Remember when we went to go see
Do I seem like a poet?
well, no, it's like the same. I think it's the same skill set as being a comic in some ways.
Where did that thought come from?
Because we went to a poetry read one time together.
Oh, yeah.
There were
We
snaps.
learned about this culture.
Yeah,
We liked that.
we did like that.
She was amazing, that girl, Rupi.
Yeah, it was really amazing and really interesting. And
She really served.
but this is my thing.
What?
I don't think I could take myself seriously enough to be like, and now a poem.
But that's because you're a comedian.
Right. That's true. But I think I have the same skill set
Yeah,
needed.
like going on stage and performing and like committing, and it's delivering an emotion.
but it's committing in a way that makes me feel weird.
Uncomfortable.
Like a beret. Like, what's happening?
It's very like, serious and intimate.
Yeah.
I can't.
You want me to be vulnerable with my feelings?
It's kind of like when I took pole dancing classes.
No. You took pole dancing classes?
Yeah, I was gonna be in a play about being a stripper.
Okay.
That's a whole story I can tell you. But
What happened?
what happened is that the director was a
Pervert.
no.
Oh.
He was like a raging cokehead.
Okay.
And we did a fundraiser at Cheetahs in Hollywood. I danced at Cheetahs.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
And
To a
how
Black
did that
Keys
go?
song.
How did that go?
I think it went well.
Were you sober?
No. And I was
I don't-
so nervous. And I remember all my comic friends came and I did like a turnaround and I saw them standing in the corner of the room and they were all like,
No.
Angelo was like, Steffi! And I was like, oh my God, look away! Like being caught by my brothers. Like,
Were you wearing like a stripper outfit?
I wore like really tiny booty shorts and like a cute like tie bra.
Wait, what?
Yeah. And I danced to a Black Keys song,
What song?
Next Girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
My next girl
I
would be
nothing like my ex-girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was right when I broke up with my boyfriend and I was just like, let's go.
Was it fun?
It was really fucking scary, but it was really fun. It was crazy.
I don't think I could
Actually,
do that.
People were throwing money at me.
And were you taking it?
Well, I don't like the culture of strip club where the girls, after they do their dance, have to like get on the floor and like sexily like clean up the money. And then like, it's, to me, that's like the most degrading part of the whole thing. Like, you should do your dance and then someone else should pick up your money for you because you're a woman and you're classy. You don't have to get on your hands and knees and like scoop money.
I'll scoop money off the ground.
Ugh, I don't like
You
it.
don't like
Whenever
it?
that happens in a strip club, I'm like, no, I feel weird. Before I'm like, oh my God, they're dancers, they're athletes. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
It makes it sad. So I didn't do that. And then nobody, I think, did that. And the director and like his people like took all the money.
No.
We never saw the money and we never did the play.
No, he just bought a bunch of blow.
I mean, I don't know because
That's
I wasn't
crazy.
there, 'cause, you know, that's not my scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think, because then like the theater went under, which we knew was maybe going to happen, but we were raising money because then we were going to be able to like have the theater.
In LA?
It was in LA. It was like in 2011.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I did a dramatic film
I mean, I like doing drama.
where I played a heroin addict. I had a spoon and a fake track mark.
Oh my God, where is it?
It's online somewhere, and we won't. We'll leave it at that.
Oh my God, we have to find it.
It's like an hour-long feature that makes little to no sense.
Yeah.
With very dramatic acting.
I love that. I want to see it.
I used to have a
reel.
Acting. I used to have a reel that was for drama that was cut to Elliott Smith. It was like so dark.
Oh my God, I need to see this.
I bet it's unlisted on my YouTube.
When did you like think that you wanted to be a comedian?
I wasn't really sure that I wanted to be a comedian.
Oh.
I wanted to be an actor, and then I took an acting class, and my acting teacher was like, he made everyone write a monologue, but he made me write stand-up.
Oh.
So the first time I ever did stand-up was in an acting class.
Interesting.
And then I got so into stand-up that I just kind of like focused everything into that.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But initially I wanted to just be an actor.
Right.
But when you're an actor, there's so much that's out of your control.
So many barriers to entry. And then with comedy, it's like you can kind of do whatever. That's why I love stand-up too.
Yeah.
Because you could just go around and like go to any fucking like bar or coffee shop and just
do it. Yeah.
You don't even have to pay for anything.
Right. Yeah. So.
I mean, except for some places that make you like buy a drink.
I mean, but acting is fun when it's going well.
Acting is fun.
And it's nice to not have to worry about it's nice to just say words that you didn't have to write versus like thinking about the stuff you're going to say on stage and being so glued to it. It's nice to just separate from that part of it and just become another person or like a character, whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of a nice escape.
Yeah.
Which it like fulfills a different thing than stand up. In a way.
Totally. But then I find like being a comic and being a writer and having like a certain perspective then sometimes makes acting, it's not acting, it's auditioning. That is hard because you get like a lot of things that you read and you're just like, I don't even like this.
That's true.
You know, and then that's why I'm like, I just want to be a writer so I can write something that I like.
Right. Or like, I could make this a lot better.
Yeah.
Let me fix this.
And I felt like that a lot, like when I was acting when I was younger, like I was doing things that I was like embarrassed of.
Same. It's like so cringe.
Yeah, it's so cringe.
I had a audition for like a Levi's commercial. And I had to dance to, I had to like straddle a chair. And the whole way to the audition, I was listening to My Pony by Genuine.
Dead.
And then I got there and it was so bad. It was like.
What happened?
I was so awkward.
Yeah.
I think about it all of the time. I think about it all of the fucking time.
I mean, I think auditioning is truly the most unnatural social thing a person could do.
Dude, have you done a Zoom audition?
No.
I had a Zoom audition.
Oh my God.
It was a Zoom callback. It was a character read with the other guy who was like to see if it was a chemistry read.
Oh yeah.
We do the chemistry read.
A chemistry read on Zoom?
On Zoom. We do the fucking chemistry read. I open the computer. This man is like Daniel Day-Lewis stuff.
No.
He's killing it. Like,
no.
And I'm like kind of high. I'm like disoriented. I like my audition tape was so good. I had someone help me with it. I was like feeling it.
Yeah.
And then the Zoom thing happened, and I was like not expecting to be reading with Daniel Day-Lewis. He was incredible. He was so good that it took me, like, I felt like I was mesmerized by watching his performance, that it was hard for me to even respond to his performance, because when I had recorded the audition originally, there was just someone who was just reading me the lines and like helping me go through it. They weren't performing it at me.
Yeah.
So I was just like not prepared to have my mind blown by some random's talent on Zoom. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then so how did you respond? Were you like,
I was so
uncomfortable?
I was I was just the actor that sent the audition tape was a different actor than the actor that showed up for the callback, honey.
Right.
I don't know who she was, and I don't know if I'll be able to channel her again, but
Right.
it was like, that's what's weird about it. It's like,
But acting should not be happening on Zoom. Like, that's a ridiculous ask. It's not your fault.
thank you.
That's crazy.
Acting on Zoom.
I mean, acting relies on
being in the
chemistry.
moment. Yeah, I
and
know.
being in the moment.
I know. I know.
And so you're like, whatever is going to happen on Zoom is going to be so fabricated.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really weird. And that's one of the more dumb things about COVID.
Yeah.
Like, / not COVID anymore. Because that wasn't that far long ago.
No, but then I'm also like, what? It's going to be 2023. So this has been 3 years of this nutsness.
I don't think this craziness is going anywhere.
Well, now everyone's all fucking up in arms about monkeypox.
I mean, I can't with that.
Okay, someone wants to know if you have advice on how to go slow in dating someone.
Do I have advice?
Yeah.
No.
No idea.
No idea. No. I mean, I don't know. I have to try it myself.
Yeah. Just like,
I think my thing is gonna be waiting a little while to have sex, even though I really want to. Like exercising a bit of restraint
right.
is going to be and it's not that I haven't exercised restraint. Like, it's not like I've had sex with every person that's wanted to have sex with me, because that would be like a million.
You'd be so tired. You wouldn't be here right now.
It would be, yeah. I'd be tapped out.
Yeah.
So, but this is going to be such a bad clip. But cut before this burnt. I think that makes it, we were just talking about this before, like, at least for girls, I mean, I don't know how it is for guys when it comes to like the psychological, emotional, like pace with which your body changes after you've had sex with somebody. But like, we were just talking about that before, like,
Yeah.
we can psychologically like know something objectively as far as like the timing of something is concerned, or like that,
Whether or not it's going to go anywhere.
yeah, but you can't know that, you know? So
Right.
that's, I think, the point is that like you can't know if something is going to go somewhere. You just have to be in
The moment.
And I think when you jump right into sex, which you can do, I'm not over here like some fucking evangelical like preaching don't have sex, like have at it. But if you do that, you have to know that it's going to change the nature of
The dynamic.
And I think that's...
Well, yeah, because for like in my 20s, I'd be like shocked that the dynamic would change after I fuck someone.
I know.
I'm like, this is shocking. This
I mean,
has
the words
happened
came out of my
every
mouth.
time.
It doesn't have to change. Like, just begging for some dick.
Yeah. It's fine. I'm cool. It's going to be
Yeah.
cool. We're fine.
It's totally cool. And like 3 days later, you're like, heard from him. And your friends are like, it's fine. You're like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
5 minutes later, he hasn't texted me. It's like I mean, I'm not in that place anymore because I'm too dead inside to get to that place. Now I
Right.
just internally sort of die.
Well, like after you've had so many different interactions with the opposite sex since
Yeah.
like from being a teenager till your mid 30s, all of a sudden you're like, the mystery is kind of like gone. You're like,
Yeah.
I know I'll be okay if something doesn't work out because
Right.
I've been okay before. And I
Right.
think it's so possible to have multiple soul connections in this lifetime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of just being this romantic idea that it's just your person and there's one person. It's like, because that seems like a lot of pressure for just that person.
It's way too much pressure. And as I was saying that, I was just thinking like exactly about that, where why is it that we get that there's any type of misconstruing when it comes to these dynamics? Like, it's because there's an expectation or there's a resistance. Like, and I think coming and having sex with someone like right away, you don't know what page the person is on, and like your expectation of how someone should treat you after they have sex with you might be different than like what they think, which it might just be more like casual, or they might be like, I want to be with you, and you're like, oh, I thought this was casual. Like, we don't talk about things before we do them.
Right.
Like, I mean, we do sometimes. So I've gotten in the situation where like I do it. I know the situation. The guy tells me they're not available, and then I like do it anyway.
I've done that.
And that's really stupid.
And then you're like shocked.
Yeah.
And you're like, you
like feel wrong, and it's like, but you wronged yourself.
Because
like,
they were upfront with you from the beginning. Yeah.
I'm having sort of like a weird like awakening like moment where my brain, I feel like, is like putting pieces together, and I want to be able to explain it. But, like, maybe you can help me, where it's like, because I said something. I said then I like die inside, you know, and we're like, why won't he text me? Like, it's maybe not going to go anywhere. Like that whole like line of thinking. What is that?
It's really just about coming back to yourself after having an unexpected expectation.
But it's also just that things change after sex. You become so close with a person.
Well, yeah.
I mean, like, there's ethical non-monogamists everywhere. Not everyone has this, like, relationship to sex where it's, like, emotional. Like, I want to be able to have sex with someone right now who's, like, a hot 26-year-old, you know, who, like, is going to be obsessed with me, but I'm not going to have to worry about being serious with. Or I want to be with, like, the person that I'm going to have a child with.
Right.
I don't want any, like, in-betweens.
Oh, this stopped. Why did this stop? Hold on.
Oh, no.
Hang on.
Is it your...
Yeah. Hold on.
Technological malfunction.
And we're back.
Hey.
Hey.
We were just talking
I just sat on my hip weird.
Oh, no.
What were we saying last night about hips?
I was saying how I've been practicing liberating my hips.
Oh,
for
yeah. Liberating your hips for childbirth.
Yeah, sitting in some frog poses, honey.
Dude, that made me concerned.
Why?
Because I don't want to have to tell people I'm liberating my hips.
Well, I have...
It's a little...
I wouldn't, like... I mean...
It's a little wonky.
I wasn't,
No,
I wasn't trying to announce it to the podcast community, but...
Now you're liberating your hips.
Yeah, now I'm really liberating them. Now everyone knows about them.
Sorry for telling the whole world that you're liberating your hips.
No, it's okay. I just have, tight hips from being a runner and a hiker and an athlete, and I'm transitioning to older woman status. I've watched some birth videos. I know what it's going to take.
The fact that you will watch a birth video.
Why not? I think it's weird that you won't.
I don't want to see it.
I mean, I just think it's weird that you want to have a baby, but you won't, like, know about the actual biology of what's happening.
I'll do it when I'm pregnant.
Like, under duress.
Yeah.
But don't you think that's kind of a bad time to do it, because then it's a little too late to back out?
Well, either way, it's like either... If I'm pregnant, I'm pregnant. It's got to come out one way or another.
You could watch a video now and be like, I can't do that. Or you could watch a video now and be like, oh my God, I want that so bad. Maybe it's like helping your manifesting.
I don't think watching a baby come out of another woman's pussy is going to be helping my manifesting.
It's on my vision board, honey.
It is?
Yeah, because it's like a block. It's fucking scary.
Having a baby?
Yeah.
It's so scary.
Yeah.
It's so fucking scary.
Just as a concept, it's insane.
Oh, let me create a person out of just 2 ingredients. Sperm and egg.
Yep.
All of a sudden, what?
A full-blown baby comes shooting out of your body.
It doesn't get less shocking.
No.
For me.
No.
For me, it doesn't get less shocking. Like, the whole thing is a head fuck. Like, the way that we keep society alive is from putting our penises into people's vaginas, or both, like, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
And it's also crazy when you think that, like, you're engaging in something that could make a human. That's how sacred it is. If you think about it like that,
yeah,
you're like, oh shit, I've made some choices.
I put some things in my womb that I wish I didn't put up there.
Sage your womb.
Sage my womb ASAP. No, but also that's what makes me scared to have sex now.
What do you mean?
Like I'm 30
30
and like I mean I've never had an accident. I've taken the morning after pill a few times.
Same.
So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Which thank God we have access to legal birth control.
Right.
Very important. It's not just about abortions. It's about Plan B and fucking everything.
Right.
Which is I'm very grateful for.
Yeah.
Sorry I got on my little high horse right there, but I feel like
don't come for our abortions.
Everything in this world should be pro-choice. There isn't an issue out there aside from like murdering literal human beings like your own age.
Right.
Or any age.
Or any age.
Yeah, any age. Why did I say
your own age?
I knew that people were gonna be like, abortion is murder. I mean, probably not your listeners, but like the anti-abortion people always say that, and it's like, no, it's not. It's not murder.
Well, then, like, technically, eating a carrot is murder.
Yeah, like
because a carrot's technically a living.
Everything's alive. Like it's
like a Disney movie. The lamp's talking.
Yeah. The celery's like, don't eat me. Shut up, you're full of water content. You're crunchy and you taste good with peanut butter. Get out of my mouth.
The one woman food show with Steph Simbari.
Yeah. The lettuce is like, not me. It's all greens.
I'm wilting.
Yeah. Okay, we won't eat you. We'll put you in the compost.
I mean, if you think about everything as being living, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like if you
inanimate
objects as being living, it's too far.
It's beautiful, like in the Buddhist sense, where you have like respect for everything because it's living.
That's interesting. Yes.
Do no harm.
Right.
It's, it's part of like every religion. So
right.
I get that.
Right.
But that's like such a not black and white thing. Like, what does do no harm mean? Like a woman who's pregnant against her will.
Harm's already been done.
Harmful. She deserves the right to choose what she wants to do with that. Like,
for sure.
That's not even like a question.
That's not even a question.
Yeah.
And it's also like, it's scary because it's having the government tell you what you can and can't do with your physical body that's yours.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's like it's just creating prisoners in the society. I think the anti-abortion people and the people who are like pro-vax mandate, like psychos with the regulations around that, should just all get together. So like the left and the right should just get together and just be like, we won't fuck with abortion if you won't make everyone get vaccinated. And then they're like, is that what it's going to take? That's what it's going to take. Shake on it. And then boom, world peace.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole fight is so insane.
No, I agree.
It's the same fight with two different things. Just stop fighting.
I agree.
Just shut the fuck up.
Just shut the fuck up. I mean,
move on with your life. Leave these people alone. Like, you're making the society worse in every way.
Okay, somebody asked this question, and it is a random question, but I think it's a good question because I don't know the answer to it.
What?
How do you keep a relationship spicy?
Wow. Oh, you didn't want to. The politics was too much. Sorry. Yeah.
No, I pivoted.
Pivoted hard. Okay.
We can cover a lot.
Huh? What'd you say?
I said we can cover a lot.
Yeah. Okay. We just got. Okay. I'm just in a different. Now I'm in like a whole different zone of my brain.
That's okay.
How do you keep a relationship spicy, Sarah? Tell us.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think we covered it last week that once I hit over a year or 2 years, I start to get the jitters.
Yeah. Because you're like, I know everything you're going to say already.
No, I just don't think I've found that person that I can like really be with for a long time.
Interesting. So you think it's just about finding the right person?
I mean, you have to be so symbiotic.
I know.
And you really have to like be able to like go in and out of each other's lives in like a healthy,
like an ebb and flow.
Yeah.
And like find the rhythm of your relationship.
Yeah. And have it be with someone that like you're so attracted to, you respect so much. They're a really good communicator. Like, That's really hard to find.
Yeah. Is it?
I mean, I think so. I think it's like I've had versions of it. Like I've had every person that I've ever been with and dated has had like qualities that I really like that I want in a person, like a partner.
Right.
But then ultimately like isn't like enough of all of them together to make it so that like I can continue to like prioritize you over like a friend. Like that's something for me that's interesting, like the putting the relationship on the pedestal and like what that does to it.
You're like, all of a sudden you're more important than my other relationships because we're building this thing together.
Yeah, but that's why I think it goes back to what we were saying last week, where you want the person that you are with to like be your friend.
That's true.
Like something I've heard a couple of my married couple friends say recently is like, he's my best friend. She's my best friend. It's like,
right.
Wow, it's so cute.
It is cute.
But I'm like, I'm almost 37. Is it too late to make a new best friend? Where do I meet my new best friend?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, and it's also because you want that
Recess?
especially like that you want that strong foundation.
Yeah.
If you're going to bring a life into the world with somebody.
Yeah.
Like you want to be like, listen, I don't feel like fucking because I just delivered our baby.
Yeah.
And like that has to feel like a safe space to be able to say that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And then the husband has to be like, fine, can I titty fuck you? And then the wife has to be like, fine.
Yes, that's exactly what needs to happen.
Yeah. It's all about compromise and communication.
Yeah. You can titty fuck.
That's how you keep it spicy. There's the answer.
Titty fucking?
I mean, I don't know.
Butt stuff?
I guess. Yeah, just
Butt stuff?
explore new areas. Do things you haven't done before.
Yeah, there's like this.
Get the Kama Sutra going.
The Kama Sutra.
But is it a relationship or is it a sex life? Because a relationship, I think, is also like you have to make an effort. You have to like.
Well, they said the relationship spice.
You have to like make sure you go do things all the time.
Have experiences
Yeah,
together
go
because
out
that
in the
creates
world and have fun.
Closeness.
Don't just be like lame domestic people like all the time and just hang out at home.
But also nothing better than hanging out at home with the
it
person.
should be special. It shouldn't be like,
this is what we do.
I get bored.
Just lounging at home.
Yeah, like I'm like, let's go out, let's go do something, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and that
I love going out to dinner. I love going dancing. I love going to karaoke. I love going and hanging out with my friends. Like,
and
you
then
know?
Seeing people in different experiences also allows you to get to know them better because you're like, oh, when you're on a trip with someone, you see different layers. You're like, oh.
Well, that's why I think so many like COVID relationships like didn't last, because if you met someone in like quarantine and then you're just with them like in a domestic sense, that's like really nice and comfortable. But like you might realize that you guys have different social styles, and like that's something that broke up me and my boyfriend.
Yeah.
It's like I was really social and you were always like, I feel like he like wants you to be his prisoner.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he did, because he was a homebody.
Yeah. But it's interesting because like the person who's the homebody doesn't see it that way.
No.
Do you know
like,
what I mean?
Why do you have to go out all the time? And I'm like, I just like going out.
And it like energizes you, and it
gives
makes
me
you.
so much
It also
energy.
makes you a better partner if you have experiences, and then your own experiences, and then you can come back as an independent person and share that with them, and you have something to talk about and engage in.
See,
and it's like,
this is a good relationship thing.
Yeah.
If he wasn't like asking me why I needed to go do all that and judging me and just let me do it and realize that I'm bringing all those things back, our relationship would be so much better. It's him or anyone in the relationship trying to like judge or control or change or like manipulate someone else's behavior to suit like what you think they should be doing. Like, that's not your fucking business.
Right.
What they should be doing is their business. You either like it or you don't. Don't be in someone's life and then start shitting on the way they live it.
That is interesting.
It's
and also
crazy.
It's also like, because sometimes you don't know that the way someone lives their life is going to be a problem until you start living with them. And that's what's fucked up and trippy to me, because it's like, would you want to live with someone before making a greater commitment to them again? Or would you want to go in blind?
Right. This is what we talked about last week. Like, how do you deal with living with someone?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a really good question. Like, this is how we got into pied a terre.
Oh yeah.
because I feel like really what I said is true. Like sometimes in any domestic situation, like you're gonna want to leave, right? But okay, is it better to go in blind? I don't know, because is it a situation like with what you had recently where someone was like showing you a version of them to get you close to them, and then when you like put your wall down, then they like show you the real self, and you're like, oh my God, now. I mean, could you imagine if you moved in with someone it was like that? I guess that it's an argument for not moving in with someone for like some amount of time, like a long time.
Right.
Like,
right.
You know.
But then also from this perspective of it's like our lives are busy. So it is nice to be able to see the same person at home where you live.
Why can't they come over? Why do they have to be there? Like, why can't it be like,
they can.
The end of your day, the end of my day, and I come over and like maybe I'm there for a few days, but then I go home for a little while. Like I reset.
I like that.
Yeah.
We love a reset.
I want to go shower. I want to go bed by myself. I want to like smoke weed and like be alone and like
come back to myself.
Meditate, come back to myself, and like see you in like a day or two.
Right.
Like I feel like that's lovely.
Yeah.
You know,
but is that sustainable?
I mean, from a financial standpoint, that's really the only question is like
having
you could have half your stuff at one house and half your stuff at another house. Like it doesn't have to be like you guys can share both of them. Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be or not, whatever. It doesn't have to be so black and white, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think the only question is like, yeah, if you have a child.
That's a whole thing.
But that's the thing. Like, why do people move in together? Why do, like, we just spend, it's because of money. That's the only reason why you really want to move in with someone, because then you can get a bigger place and still pay the same amount of rent.
That's kind of true.
It's a convenience thing. But if that's off the table.
But convenience isn't necessary. To me, convenience is the exact opposite of something being sexy.
It's not sexy. That's why people fucking move in together, and then like their sex life dies, and like.
But how do you maintain a sex life with someone that you're living with? Do you like take your space?
Yeah.
Do you do pole dancing classes?
Keep bath time to yourself. Like, don't let them be there when you're like peeing and shitting.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And that's not a given. A lot of people think it's okay to
really.
Yeah.
To shit with the door open?
Yeah, my ex-boyfriend used to do it, and I hated it.
No.
Yeah.
He would shit with the door open.
Yeah.
Would he be like reading a paper too?
Yeah, he would be reading.
No.
Yeah.
I read online that men take longer to shit than women.
I'm such a fast shitter. It's crazy. People like think it's like a skill of mine.
A fast shitter.
It's because I wait till the very last minute and then I have to go.
Steph Simbari, fast shitter by law.
We wildin'.
We covered a lot today.
I think that keeping it sexy in that sense is about.
I'm a stealth pooper.
I mean, it's funny to tell your partner. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That's for me personally. Like my friend and her fiance, they're getting married in February. Like she rips the loudest fucking farts in front of him.
No.
It's crazy to me. And I'm like, oh my God, like I can't believe you do that. And she's like, what? He doesn't care. And he's like, I don't care. I'm like, I don't know. That's some type of real chemical magic. Person. Yeah. But they're like obsessed with each other. So then it's like, maybe you just have to wait till you're like obsessed with someone that you like literally don't care.
But to me, when you're obsessed with somebody, the word obsession scares me.
Yeah, but it's just like such a deep love. Like I've had that.
Yeah.
Where it's like it doesn't matter. Like even when he's being gross, I'm like, ugh, it's like you're gross and I love you.
Yeah.
That gross, like
yeah.
When you really love the person's like body odor, and even like when you like their morning breath, like it's just like you're just like, ugh, you're gross.
You're really gross, and I like it.
So into it. That's that shit.
Yeah. That's how you know.
That's the real deal.
When it's like a full body yes.
Yeah.
When
you're not like outside of yourself, like assessing it and like
analyzing
and like remember I had sex with someone for the first time and told you that he smelled like a burrito. And you were like, that was probably just because of the food you ate. And I'm like, I should have never fucking dated that guy. He smelled like a fucking burrito after I
That's like a
him.
pheromone thing.
It was a pheromone thing.
You're like, I can't have you smelling like a burrito.
And like at the end of the day, when all was said and done, the truth was I wasn't that attracted to his pheromones.
Well, you said he smelled like a burrito.
I know,
which is
but
not the smell you want when you're fucking somebody.
No, that's so gross.
A burrito.
God, everyone's gonna think that's so gross. I mean, it's pretty gross.
A burrito is also so specific.
But everyone knows the smell.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
it's not the right smell for bed.
No. It's not the right kind of gross. It's the wrong kind of gross. It's a good touch, bad touch scenario.
But like, you can't tell someone that they smell like a burrito.
No, I just shouldn't have like overcommitted into something that I knew was never going to be that full body fuck yes thing.
Yeah.
Like, and if I had been more communicative and more mature and like less thirsty for a relationship, then it could have just like run its course. You know, I think that's what I mean by taking it slow too, is like overcommitting just because of a sexual dynamic. It's like, be mature and talk about what your expectations are, but that doesn't mean you have to like
overcommit.
Yeah. Like a commitment is earned.
Right.
I mean, saying you're going to commit to another human is pretty like
gnarly.
Serious. Till death do us part. Oh,
I mean,
God.
I do feel like if I wait till I'm 40, I have a head start. It's like I could do it.
Yeah,
till death do us part.
Yeah.
Because I waited till I was 40.
Yeah, you're like, I probably don't have that much longer.
Yeah. yeah.
40 is like not far away. Can we say like 70?
No, but I'm saying, yeah, it's less scary.
Right.
Now that
we're older.
Now that I'm older.
Yeah, and you know what's out there.
Yeah.
You've been around.
I've shopped.
Yeah.
I've tasted the rainbow, honey.
Yeah.
Tasted the rainbow is a funny way to describe it.
I've tasted the rainbow too.
Yeah. Hit us up, Skittles.
Okay, are we done?
Yeah, we're done. We're done. It was such a good episode. Where can people find you? And do you have anything you want to promote?
Once again, nothing to promote.
Okay, well, link to...
That's my most favorite thing.
Once again, nothing to promote. Just yourself.
Just me, just out here trying to figure out what I'm doing with my life.
But follow Steph, because she's funny and she posts fun videos and she's a light.
I'm your friendly neighborhood fairy.
Yeah. Check in with your friendly neighborhood fairy. Give her a follow.
Yeah.
At Simbari on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then we'll link to your Twitter, too, so people can find you.
I never go on Twitter. Do you go on Twitter still?
No. To post stuff.
I feel like I'm just trapped in Instagram and I'm just doomed to be stuck there forever.
I feel like everyone feels like that.
Yeah. We should all just surrender to it and like
live in there.
Yeah.
Instagram.
Just pay rent to Instagram.
Pay rent to Instagram.
I mean, we basically are.
Yeah. Dude, our relationship with Instagram is fucking weird.
I'm paying rent with my soul.
That's amazing.
With all the fucking time I waste on that thing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to know how much time I waste on that thing.
No.
I go deep.
Yeah.
That's our pod. What's happening behind us? This is
a new shadow because it's turning to be evening.
It's exquisite. And that is exquisite. Shadow puppets. A duck, a dog. It's a
Your relation is spicy.
You heard it here on Shank. Guys, subscribe, share, tell your friends about the show, hit the Patreon. And I will be pay me.
She needs to renew her passport so we can go on vacation.
I need to go to Portugal to live, laugh.
Is this just gonna be the bit that like never dies? That I'm constantly like
renew your passport,
and then you're like, I'm going next week,
and then
like,
I just never do it.
Like 50 years old.
Yeah. I'm gonna be going through menopause.
Yeah.
Never have gone to Portugal.
Sarah.
I'm gonna get the passport. I have places I'm trying to hit for comedy too.
Yeah,
so
good.
I'm getting the passport and I'm gonna be in New York next week.
Yes.
Just come out, see a live show, and we'll see you next week. Bye.